It's still freezing outside, but believe it or not, wedding season is coming up quicker than we might think. The wedding show is making its way back to the valley as well, and today we're getting a sneak peek at some of the dresses. I'm very excited. We have DJ Drew with us, as well as wedding planner Amy Lee, to talk a little bit. Before we bring our beautiful models and beautiful dresses over here, we want to talk a little bit about the wedding show. When is it? Where is it? What's it all going to offer?
This Friday, March 1st. It'll be at the Pines, the brand new venue here to the Fargo-Moorhead area, and it's going to start at 5. And essentially for us, it's a very unique take. It is actually a live wedding. We have a couple who's been married for 6 years who will be renewing their vows. And it's kind of a way for you to actually experience what your vendors can do. Instead of having them just talk to you and just tell you what they can do, you actually get to hands-on feel and experience how they interact with your guests, or how they may interact with your guests, how their floral pieces get set up, all of that. So it's an awesome way to truly go through a live wedding of a couple renewing their vows, kind of in fast forward, and experience what the vendors can actually do.
Oh, I love it. It's an event in itself.
Absolutely.
Okay, so, and one more question before we bring the gals out. Why should people go to this if they're just getting started with their planning?
Well,
I mean, because you work with brides a lot.
Yes. So all of my brides, they always are asking me, like, what's the newest trends? Like, what should I do? Like, I want an amazing wedding about us as a couple, but more or less, I want the guest experience. I want people to be like, that was the best wedding I've ever been to. That was so much fun. A lot of people do food trucks and different vendors coming in to really, like, wow your guest. And when it comes to the wedding show that we're throwing on, the White House girls, I'm sure you know them. They're fabulous. Love Always Floral. Christy, she's amazing. And they're always doing, like, what's trending next. So if you are a Pinterest bride,
yes,
and want to do something trendy, this is the wedding show you want to check out for sure.
The most important part about planning a wedding is picking out the dress. Even more important than picking out the groom is having the perfect dress. So let's bring out our first model. What do we have here? For what style of dress is this?
So all of the dresses are actually by the designer Martina Liana. They actually are amazing. They're from Your Day by Nicole. Right now we have Maddie. She's wearing an A-line gown, so it goes right out at the waist. It's going to have the plunging neckline and very heavy beadwork. And I believe it's a pewter underlay underneath. So it's the ivory or white dresses. They're kind of phasing out, and we're getting a little bit more of the new undertones to the dresses. If you want to do a spin, the veil is beautiful on there.
Gorgeous.
Yes. And then next up, we have Jordan. She's actually wearing more of a fitted gown. You're going to see, again, the plunging neckline are huge these days, and they have a nice little sheer there too, so it keeps it modest. It's got contouring lace and directional beadwork, and if you look, when she does a little spin, there's actually an open back with a little bit of the scallop beading. And again, it's got the honey underlay on it, so it gives you a little bit more of that, not necessarily boho, but a different vibe when it comes to wedding dresses.
You need a fabulous back to your dress, because that's what people are looking at most of the time in the ceremony as well.
I'm jealous of anybody who can have that back. I would love that back.
That is
you look beautiful
absolutely
in that dress.
Gorgeous.
And then next up, we got Hannah, and she's wearing a long sleeve fit and flare gown with, again, the deep V. And it definitely accents every woman's curves. She looks absolutely beautiful. And this is going to be more of your ivory. And again, these are Martina Liana, and she is from a designer that they sell at Your Day by Nicole, who is hands down like one of my favorite wedding dress stores here in Fargo.
So I see that the long sleeves, and I think still Princess Kate.
Yes.
Is that still coming from?
It's still happening. A lot of people are, going on to the newest wedding dress.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan, yep.
None of these dresses are very Meghan, though.
No, she was very much more simple and classic, where these are more trendy and sparkly, and the appliques just kind of, they accent the entire dress.
You know what, I want to ask you a couple more questions. Let's have the other two models just come out, so as we talk, you guys can just take a look at these beautiful gowns. So they're all, very similar and yet very different. What's the biggest trend right now, or the biggest change in what you're seeing with wedding dresses?
As far as wedding dresses, it's not the traditional just ivory and white. You're going to have the underlays, but then mostly the appliques and the hand-sewn beadwork. It's just those small details that make your dress not just something that everybody else can have. It's actually shaped to you. And that's one thing about Your Day by Nicole, is that you walk in and you're like, I want a fit and flare, but they're going to suggest trying on every style of a dress because they all accent different parts of your body. And I know several brides are like, I want a fit and flare, and then they walk out with an A-line. So be open-minded when you go dress shopping.
I love it. And so at the wedding show, will we only see, since it's like a wedding happening, will we see just one dress, or will we see?
So you see the bride. She'll be wearing one of your day medical dresses as well. She actually, the lady who's renewing her vows, she actually went in and did a whole. There's some social media posts on it where she actually went in and tried on numerous different dresses and picked a special one. So she'll be wearing that one. We also will have a bridesmaid in a dress as well.
Okay, I love it. And once again, when and where is it free to get in?
It is $10 right now if you buy tickets online. You can check out our Facebook page to Have and to Hold. And you can get them $10 right now or $15 at the door. Heavy appetizers and just a lot of fun and excitement meeting different vendors.
It's a social setting, so you're going to get the experience of a wedding show, but you're actually going to be able to socialize and see all of us vendors in our I don't even know, the prime. See what we do, what we specialize in. There you go.
I love it.
I need more coffee.
All right. Well, Friday, beautiful dresses. I'm old and married, but maybe I can renew my vows.
It makes you want to get married again.
It does.
100%.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Save money now, avoid disaster later. Coming up on today's show, it's America Saves Week.